Good morning, Zodiac. Keys up there. Woo! This is Morning Quickies for the 7th of June. I'm David. That's Tarotmylove. And I'm going to clarify a new thing I'm kind of doing now with the Klimt art deck. I got just to clarify because it's much smaller and very different than any other decks I use, including very much the largest deck I use, which is the Ethereal Visions, which I'll use today for reading. Okay, some people like to know what the deck is. I got this because it's light colored, and I thought people could see it easier. See, that's make sure my mic is on because it is Mercury retrograde, and yes, I see a green light. God, it's like Mercury's fucking with me because I've been saying like Mercury is not really about technology. Oh yeah, Mercury's like I go through this with the plan. Oh yeah, I'm not about fucking up your electronics. Let's see, David. I remember I bought a laptop during Mercury retrograde. Thank God, they had a really good policy, Circuit City or something, whatever it was. And it all fucked up. Took it back. Got another one, brand new. I fucked up. I had to get 3 before it worked right. So here we are, Mercury retrograde on the 7th. Consider this an introduction. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep that in mind. I think the quickies we're rolling maybe 5 minutes a read is a really good place to, check out your other signs if you're primarily looking at your sun all the time. Because you don't have to waste a lot of time. And if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. I think it's a lot to do with your chart. I have a lot of energy in Sagittarius, and although my moon and Cancer is very strong, all my energy is in the 4th house. Mostly seems to come through Sag, and Cancer would be the second for me, with the moon being so strong. So it depends on your chart, guys. And so we'll start with Aries. Here we go. This is, and I'm going to pull from the bottom of the deck. Why not, though? We could do it. I'm going to pull through the deck. So this is you showing up with the Ten of Wands energy. Wow, as we start the week, 7th, you could say, we're rolling full on into June here, full on into Gemini season. This is often a busy time of year, I'm just saying. Everything kind of picks up, leaps back to life, Yeah, even in Canada, the snows are melting. Yeah, and summer's coming, but this is around relationships, so, I've had enough. I can't do anymore. I've done everything I can do. These are the things you think of with this energy. And the High Priestess is what's crossing you. Wow. That's a tough crossing for me because I feel like I'm close to my intuition, a big part of me, maybe the Cancer moon. But this is you feeling, I think this could be feeling kind of lost. You're burdened. You don't know what to do because you're like, okay, and this is actions. I mean, you've literally taken actions. You haven't just sat around and done nothing. This is in the relationship, Aries. So you've taken actions. You've tried. You've really kind of given it your all. You're fucking Aries, you can, you can do it, and 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 that's how Aries roll, But you're not. It's not working, and you can't figure it out. And it's like, I think you've been trying, and it's like you just, because maybe, you watch the tarot reading, I think you're pretty high vibing, just feeling I get. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass, Aries. And so it's a little confusing even, maybe, like, what the fuck, I can't even really get a read on what's going on here. You just keep throwing effort at it because you kind of don't know what else to do, maybe. 9 of Cups. This is your advice, guys. God damn, that's clear. I'll just let you figure it out for yourself. What's the advice here, Aries? Do you? That's the advice. It's like, that's not working, so do you. I remember I studying with this yogi master. Honestly, what was it, like 1976? Priya Yoga, Hariharananda. And he really wanted me to join the ashram and everything. I'm just not like a joiner. It was a crazy time. I think I was 18. But he said to me like something that has always, a lot of things with him stuck with me, Uh, but the thing he said, like if David, he said, if you're going and trying to open a door and the door doesn't open, don't try to pick it. Don't try to break in. Don't, beat your fist against it trying to knock it down. He said, go and find another door. What you got to understand, that door doesn't open because it's not your door. And he said, the one that's right for you, you'll just open it. You don't have to beat your fist bloody against it to get in because it's beating your fist bloody against the door. I mean, I'm seeing an incident even. I mean, this is for a lot, could be a lot of people. Yes, there's like 23 people. That's kind of dejecting on one reading, you know. But there could be that energy, like you're hitting the wall with your fists out of like frustration here. And clearly, this is what this is saying. This door is not opening for you. So find another door, and that means kind of do you. Think about what makes you happy. Get up in the morning and just fuck all this, whatever's going on, and be like, damn, what do I want to do today? What do I need to do? Self-care. What do I want to do? What makes me happy? If it's going out with friends and drinking, that's what you do. If it's going out for a run in the park, that's what you do. But quit trying this thing. That's what it means to look for another door. And look at here, guys. I didn't make this up. I mean, I know, yeah, I didn't shuffle, but I pre-shuffled, and we're pulling through the decks. It doesn't fucking matter. All this bullshit about shuffle. It is what it is. If the reading resonates, it resonates. I could take fucking soup cans out here, probably. I know, I've done it, and read the soup cans and probably come up with something that's going to mean something for us and be helpful because we're asking spirit. But tarot, look, tarot's a machine, man. Tarot's like for real. It's like this technology, and this is very clear. You're going to walk away from this. Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I mean, just look at that. What does that tell you? You didn't even have to know anything about tarot. A little kid look at that and go, oh, somebody's not happy, what's going on there? Yeah, you gotta walk away from that. um Thank you, spirit, because I think that was a great reading. I'm sorry, it wasn't warm and fuzzy, Aries, but it felt really good and clear, and thank you. I want clarity. I want to be able to communicate with people clearly. It's been difficulty all my life because this place is weird, and who are you people, and where the hell am I? Aries, thank you, guys. Taurus, thank you for joining me. This is David. We're doing the Morning Quickies for the 7th year of June, special On the Beach edition, and pulling through the deck. And I want to mention, too, always on Mondays is Aries Taurus Day, meaning every week we roll all 12 Zodiac signs during each week, and we start with the Aries and Taurus on Mondays, Tuesdays Gemini Cancer, finishing with Aquarius and Pisces. So today you'll see also the mid-June readings for your heart spread, which is a little more involved. My primary spread for someone's in a relationship or thinking of someone, and the single spread. That's for someone I could say is totally single, completely single, okay? So here we go with your quickie read. With no further ado, and I want to see which way is she pointing away from the reading. Okay, so this is you with your energy is in and around relationships here. Right now, the 7th of June. And Taurus, you're thinking about love and you want to give your cup of love to somebody. This is your energy. You want to give it to someone. You're reaching out with that cup. But look, it's kind of like a little bit tentative to me, and you're facing away from the reading. So maybe you're not doing this. Maybe you're thinking about it, but because it's a cup, you would be thinking about, excuse me, the allergies, guys, and they're burning coconut fronds here, which is cool, and what they do. It gets you a little bit sometimes. So, this is you maybe not quite walking up to it yet. Maybe you haven't quite said I love you or whatever. Page of Wands could be I love you. It could more likely to be like, hey, I want to go out on a date. I'm really attracted to you type of energy. And hold on a minute here. Yeah, put my clothes on. I was about to do this shirtless today because it's kind of hot. And I said, that's not my man boobs. Is probably not going to help people enjoy their reading. Focus on the work here. But it's tempting. So, yeah, you're kind of thinking about it hard, and you got the feels and stuff. That's what's going on with you, Taurus. I kind of like it, but this is crossing you. Think about 7 of Wands in reverse. Wow, for a crossing. So you've got the feels. You're not quite doing it. You're looking away. You're feeling it, though. You're like, I love someone. I really want this person. Really feel like I want to get up with them. But what's crossing you is you got a bad feeling. There's like, maybe you haven't seen anything. You haven't seen a text. But there's like a red flag on the horizon, or there's a red flag smell in the air to you. You know, I don't know. I don't exactly see a red flag, but I got a feeling there's a red flag here somewhere. Taurus, what's going on? Wow. Page of Wands. Now your Page of Wands looking at back into the reading. Here comes your person. I usually fully see this here in the outcome because this is good, because this is your advice from Spirit. So the advice is positive, I believe, here with your person. Yeah, Page of Wands, sure, could be a player, blah, blah, blah. No, this is your advice from Spirit. They're telling you that this person's okay. They're telling you that they're there for you. And they're telling you they're a good match because you're a page and they're a page. You're probably younger in some way, both of you, and that's cool. There's nothing more beautiful than youth, you could say. Yeah, wisdom. No, fuck wisdom. Youth. Yeah, wisdom's highly overrated. So you guys are really good for each other. And I think this shows that they're going to meet you with a lot of passion. You're going to bring a lot of emotion. They're going to bring a lot of passion in response to your emotion that you bring to them. Now, with the outcome, I get to clarify with my Klimt art deck here. Hold on a minute so it doesn't blow away. Because now you got a Two of Swords energy for your outcome. I tell you, so we often see the person. Well, what happened? We saw the person here. So now this is showing like an interaction between you two, and it's not good with the Two of Swords. Not good. So, challenging with the wind a little bit today, but it just came up in times, like I said, it's kind of warm. Okay. So the Klimt art deck, we're clarifying with the Three of Wands. Okay. Wow, this is an interesting clarification because there's not a problem here. You guys are together. You had this Seven of Swords energy. There was something there, okay? But I don't think you guys were together yet. So I don't know, Taurus, let it go, I'm thinking. Maybe that's what this is going to be about. Maybe they'd really tell you about whatever it was. And what I mean by whatever it was, like, yeah, you were talking and they would talk to somebody else or whatever it was. But it wasn't a big deal. It is something that they were hiding from you. And I think that's what's going to come out. And it's going to cause you again to kind of think about it. But I don't, please leave me a comment. I'm interested in what this is. I don't think it's as big a deal as you thought it might be because you didn't really know what it was. It kind of had just a bad feeling. But when, you get into it and everything, I think they're going to talk to you about it. You tell each other your stories when you get together. And with the Three of Wands clarifying this, it's like, it's not look, move on, look for someone else. This is the energy of move on into the energy of the relationship and put energy into it. Two of Wands, the choice is over. Three of Wands, here in this case, you're just taking action. So really, it's in two cases, in my opinion. Here, you're being advised that you keep thinking this person. I don't know. Here, it's coming across this person's okay. Taurus, again, today, will be up the heart spread and the singles maybe. If this person is described, I describe your soulmate. And also the heart spread is working in a bigger read here for the one that's on your mind and you're interacting with. See if there's something there for you guys. Thank you, Taurus and Geminis. Thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the Morning Quickies here for the 7th of June. Give me a minute for Gemini friends. Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, keep in mind, could be. Nine of Swords. Okay, boy, and this Nine of Swords is really kind of captures it. Sometimes I keep thinking of this deck, I could just kind of show the cards and just shut up and almost read themselves. But if this is your reading, you'll relate to that right there. And the thing I always say about Nine of Swords is like, yeah, you're dealing with your feelings. They're terrible, but you're dealing with them. And by dealing with them, you're just feeling them. You're not drunk, stoned, fucking some stranger, eating a bag of cookies. You're dealing with your feelings, and that's healthy, even if it's not fun. And this is what's crossed you. They were fucking around. Thank you, Spirit. For being clear. It's not Spirit's fault people were fucking around. That's you and them, right? It's them. Three of Cups. Let's not get fancy. Yep. Sometimes it's not, but most of the time, yeah, I'm in the position of a crossing. That's them fucking around. Now, your advice is to take time out. I'm not going to say exactly look at from a different perspective, but I think this is saying, as advice from Spirit, to give this some time. So I don't know what they actually did here, or what the nature of your actual relationship is. Tomorrow I'll do the mid-June Gemini read with the heart spread. That'd be the one for this. Describe it, maybe more detail, some dynamics. But with the Hanged Man as advice, it'd be a really good time to say, why don't we kind of take a time out? Not maybe this isn't even the time to really go into this. I'm thinking kind of what this is saying. It's like fully withdraw, and maybe that's a little hard, but just like say, Mike, they might even be saying, I want to tell you about this. I want anyone to defend themselves or explain themselves. And maybe the hangman here is the advice is like really not in a bitter way or a fuck you way at all, but in a way of like, I need to deal with my feelings right now. And I need a minute, and it's not a fuck off energy. It's just like high vibe it, and if they don't understand that, then they can fuck off. All right, because you need your time. You need your time. Look, because this can be fixed, and it will take both of you. But you need to get grounded. You need to take this blow, and I think I just get the feeling you need them off of you for a minute. And if you're cross watching for a Gemini, it's not because they don't love you, and it's not because it's not gonna work out, because it is. They just need a minute, guys. They need a minute. That's it. I love to read for the cross watchers now. It makes it more interesting, kind of keep in mind that there's always the other person, right? Okay, thank you guys. Cancer, here we are doing the morning quickies here during the butterfly migration on the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico. A very special beach edition. And this is you showing up as a Page of Pentacles, where you're at in terms of love and relationships on the 7th of May. Wow, okay. I should mention tomorrow will be Gemini Cancer Day. Tuesdays are always Gemini Cancer Day. We'll do a bigger reading, the heart spread, and the singles read, the 4 pillars, every Tuesday. So if you see anything here that resonates, you can look for more there maybe. But Page of Pentacles, I really love this. It's so contemplative, and I just got through going through a lot with the Page of Cups, and it applies. Go back and listen to that, because all of it kind of applies, because it's kind of this pensive thing. Only thing with the Pentacles, it's like you've really put some thought into this person, but you're still not committing to them. I don't know, you're not saying I love you. I mean, it's yet, like you haven't said I love you yet. Maybe you haven't even have a relationship. Maybe you haven't even told them that you're there and you want them, because this is this page that's being very contemplative. But I think it's very good, because this is totally, now if you're cross watching, this person's serious about you. They're taking you very seriously. I think they're into you. I think you want to give yourself to someone in a very strong way. You want to give them that message. But it's earth energy, and you're thinking about it here very strongly. And let's see what's crossing you. Just like I said, like you don't want to say it. Ace of Swords. Yeah, I mean, I could go into all kind of stuff. You've been hurt before, and you're afraid to say it, and maybe and maybe you don't say it first, or it's a lot of past stuff. But that's the situation you're in. Now, my question becomes, why are you afraid to say it? Let's just say there's not those past reasons, which are all very good reasons not to say I love you too quick, because Ace of Swords could be too quick. Reversed is, I'm thinking maybe you don't want to say it too quick. Maybe they already said it and freaked you the fuck out. Ace of Swords, that kind of thing, too fast. And for some reason, now I want to know what's the reason. Why are you, wow, why, I'm asking why, from the clarification on the Klimt deck here. Why are you hesitant here? And, this implies it could be like emotional confusion, emotional turmoil. There's always feeling like you have other choices here. Or emotionally being unclear. So it's either being emotionally unclear in yourself. So crosswatcher, this is important now. The reason I think that they're delaying and they're not committing, not moving on, not saying I love you, is because um, they're not emotionally clear in themselves, probably about something from the past. And it's making them not want to move too fast here with this. But they are interested. Like if this past stuff wasn't an issue, that already we wouldn't be having this reading, it'd be a different reading. See what I'm saying? And this is the advice. Two of Wands. Wow. I don't see any way to read this, Cancer, as the advice from Spirit is that you need to keep waiting, keep looking. Really, I mean, the Two of Wands again is kind of contemplative. He's up there looking and thinking about what course he's going to take. These are actions. What action are you going to take? Okay, and with a Page of Pentacles, it's going to be a significant action. It's Page of Pentacles when they start something. It's like you're going to be in it for a while if it's up to you because you're going to finish it. Page of Wands could be like, wow, that's a slam bam, thank you, man. But this is like you're there, you're going to commit yourself to something. But I don't think you're ready to commit yourself to this. Man, you're walking like right the fuck up to it, though, man. And you got to go back to that Seven of Cups and figure out why you're having this kind of doubt, about this person. And this Spirit is telling you you need to keep looking. Tower. Okay. Cancer, once again, a sip of coffee. You kind of can look at that. That reads itself. So, whether or not you keep looking is going to be out of your hands now or very soon. And this isn't bad. This isn't bad. Nobody's going to die. It's just you're not, they're probably going to end it or something. And it's definitely for the best because, your advice, Spirit, is to keep looking. Also, when Spirit says keep looking, to me, I'm Sagittarius, I'm optimistic, but I feel like what that really means, because you have that Seven of Cups, you're looking for that clarity, you're looking maybe for your soulmate, you're not really quite getting it, and you walked right up to it with this one. But when Spirit puts that Two of Wands there, to me, Cancer, that's really kind of reassurance. It's telling you like you're close. Just keep looking, right? And a lot of times that's how it works. And you'll get people come in. They'll be kind of close. They'll be emotionally available and intellectually, but sexually or sexually great and emotionally great, but they're a dumbass. But you're getting close. It's all going to come together. I think, Cancer. Thank you, guys. Leos, Five of Swords. That's your energy today in the realm relationships. I should say, Leo, Sun, Moon, rising or Venus signs. The Five of Swords, it's pretty tough. This is your energy, so it could you be just beating all fuck out of yourself in your head, really, just beating yourself up or something. Or you're in the energy of this because you've been in a fight, pretty recently with your loved one. And this will be a serious fight, the kind of fight that has some teeth to it, that hurts. It's not bickering and arguing, fighting dirty, fighting unfair. Okay, let's see what's crossing you. These queens and kings keep coming up in the crossing position. It's interesting, it's Queen of Swords. Um, it comes to mind that you're outgunned. I don't know how to say this. This person that's you're fighting with, you're not going to win. Um, and being that's you could think of this as a Queen of Swords reversed in energy. So I mean, they're going to cheat, lie, steal. Um, they're going to be completely self-serving. They're only going to act in their self-interest. They're they very well are very smart. Honestly, I'm trying to tell you, it's like it's like going up against him is just in trying to argue and win an argument. Plus, you can't win a relationship. Um, so it's just putting you like an impossible position, and it's like crazy negative. And a Queen of Swords reverse crazy negative. It's like I just making me feel bad just thinking about it. You know, Ten of Pentacles is your advice. Wow. And it's a beautiful card. So uh, I think, look at this card. Lean on mom and dad, lean on siblings, lean on really good friends. You need some stability in your life. You need perspective, and you need grounding, and you need something solid. I don't know. I feel like maybe just literally like get away from this person and get somewhere where you just can be light and solid and okay and kind of secure feeling, because this got to be like all kinds of insecure, and uh, there's zero support here. It's just like a world of challenge with this person. And with this being an advice Ten of Pentacles, I think it's kind of really important. Like, you really need this. It's almost like the energy to me of like you're drowning and you need to get pulled up into a lifeboat here. That's that Ten of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Yeah. The Hierophant's very solid energy. There's a real progression here. Ten of Pentacles to the Hierophant. I see you moving into a really solid place. Because you might have just had enough of this stuff here. I'm going to get a read on that together. And yeah, Ace of Cups. So you've had enough. This is your Ace of Cups. You thought it was your Ace of Cups. I'm trying to get a read on what's going on here with this person. Why they're so negative towards you and vicious, you know. So you know how the seventh house, open enemies when things go bad. This is like you probably had a very passionate start, and it could be a plutonic energy going on in your relationship here, Leos. Um, but when that turns bad, yeah, it goes really bad. But you're moving in this place where it's going to be feeling a lot safer for you. I think you need to pay attention with the Hierophant to your spiritual or religious values. That'll come into play. I'm a spiritual person, but it is a big part of my life, the ninth house, and uh, it, it gives all kinds of solace and direction. And the quickest way to transform is through the belief system. So that's also what it's about. It's kind of like lean into your belief system. So, yeah, with this person, they could be like all kinds of narcissist gaslighting stuff and head fuck you. And so that's where you go into your belief system and say, what are my core values? What do I know is the right thing to do? What do I believe in? And get you into a really solid position there. Thank you, guys. Um, for joining me. Virgo, thanks for joining me. We're doing your tarot read for the 7th of June here. This is a morning quickie. I'm David. Look at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs here. And this is your energy, Knight of Swords, where you're at in terms of love and relationship here. Boy, that's a determined Knight of Swords right there. They're coming. There ain't no doubt about it. So this is coming at love, and you'd be channeling, say, could be some air in your chart energy. Wherever Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius is in your chart, you might see something going on there in your natal chart via transits and stuff. But you're coming in very strong. This is for a Virgo archetype would be a little bit unusual. This is a Virgo that is really feeling sure of themselves in some kind of chaser role here in love, and be saying to someone and making it very clear your intentions. It's like, I want you, basically. This is challenging you. So it's the lack mentality, not feeling good enough, that kind of thing. Um, as a challenge, it's either you're feeling this or they're feeling this. I'm not sure. Probably your person, because a Knight of Swords, you got to think of a Knight of Swords, and he's bearing down, in war. Probably not too much worrying about are they not good enough at that point. Your brain is pounding and your adrenaline's pumping, and so kind of going to mean it's probably your person. So if this is your crossing, you might want to. This could be helpful. If they're having a reaction to you that's they're not embracing your intent, like this is like coming in nice swords, you want to sweep them off their feet. And if they're not being swept off their feet, it's probably because they might not feel good enough, something like that. I don't think it's like they don't feel you're good enough. It could be. I mean, it could be. But it's more, it could be more like they don't feel they're good enough, and the advice is to fight. Now, five of Pentacles and then another five of Swords. There's a lot of contention here. Boy, you're really coming into battle. That wasn't a bad analogy at the beginning. With the Five of Swords being your advice, I'm now looking at the Five of Pentacles. It really could be more. They're really not feeling like you're enough. And if that could be what you're fighting about. Now, if they're not feeling like enough and then they're fighting and trying to defend themselves, man, it could go either way. The mirror, so back and forth. Either way, or they're defending. You could be being defensive and trying to, because you feel you're not good enough, or they could be doing the same. But one or the other of you, I think because of this lack of feeling adequate or being enough, could be causing these fights, the contention here. This is Mars square Sun type of energy and synastry, Mars square Mars. You might have that, or in your progressed composite or something. So, Page of Swords, yeah, wow. And she's facing, leading you away from this. And a Page of Swords, could be your person showing up. Another, what we would have here is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person. Probably someone younger than you. This could explain it too. You get the feeling here they don't have a lot of experience. They might not really know their mind. They might not really know how to communicate well. That could be what this is about. But you got this as advice from Spirit, is to defend yourself here. And I got to clarify, and we're seriously going to clarify with the Tower what this Page of Swords is about. Coming in here, I don't, maybe this is not your person because the Tower's here, and the Tower I say thinks your outcome, because you came in here and it didn't go well and it led to all this argument. Then when the Tower comes in, that's major con. I mean, it's going to be taken out of your hands. And I got a feeling, I always see this page, it's going to be someone coming in, that air sign, that's coming in to kind of lead you out of this. Um, and it's good. The decision's going to be taken out of your hands. So probably your person's going to say, I'm done. That'll be the most likely way that's going to happen. Thank you guys. Okay, Libras. I'm David. We're doing the morning quickies here. Very special on the beach edition. Thanks for joining me. Um, it's for the 7th of June, guys. This is you, where you're at, the Emperor, around love. Showing up Libra and your opposite sign Aries, kind of. And so think about that. This is I know not every Libra's a pushover, or not every Libra's a diplomat and self-effacing and everything. And the great host is in a terrible flirt. Oh, most of you are terrible flirts. That's true, though, about you guys. Hey, I'm a Sag. I got to take my rap, okay? But you're kind of really showing strong. It could be a little older Libra. If not, man, you're channeling up your best energy. Also, with this, you could be feeling kind of stubborn, like whatever's going on in terms of love. This is the energy of like, here I am. I think I'm pretty fucking great. This is why it's kind of opposite of Libra. This is kind of Aries. It's like, if you don't love this, and fuck you. you know. Um, 4 cups. Wow. Crossing you, the 4 cups. Now, either you're not interested or they're not interested. The very most simple way to look at this. But with it being reversed, it could be about not really knowing that you're not interested, or not really maybe pretending that you're interested when you're not, when you're really not. That's what this is. Whew, took a minute. Okay, so thank you, Spirit. So what's going on is you're standing strong. You're standing in your own power. You are being stubborn, and your person is afraid to tell you the truth. That there's something. It's either just something turning them off, or that they're not really all in. And I get the feeling, because you're showing up in the Emperor here, Libra, it's almost like they're afraid, like they don't want to tell you the truth, like they're, I mean, fuck man, it could be so many things, and be like, I'm really not into butt sex. I really am a vegetarian, and I don't want to tell you don't have to eat meat, but it makes me want to throw up in my mouth when I see you eating steak at the table. I mean, it's something they're afraid to tell you. That's making light of it. It could be it's emotional, so it's something tough for them. So maybe they're just afraid. Like if they open up and tell you what it is that they don't like, that you're gonna like bring the hammer down on them or something, right? And your advice is to be the Queen of Cups. So to me, this is pretty clear. This is your advice. I don't think this here is your person here. I think this is your advice, and it's to be softer. I mean, the Queen of Cups is the softest queen, the most loving queen. And what this is going to be, okay, whatever they tell you, it's really looking at it from their perspective, trying to understand. If they talking to someone the other day, his partner lost people in a relationship uh, to death several times over in the past. And so think about that person, how that's going to affect the way they deal with you and stuff. So whatever they bring to you, I'm not saying that's what it's going to be, but something significant emotionally that they're afraid if they reveal to you, that you're going to disparage it, you're going to discount it. And you may have been bringing this energy. Probably because in the past you got walked on, you're like, fuck it, that's not happening anymore. Don't fuck with me. Whoever, it's like hello, but don't fuck with me. But it's kind of telling you here in this relationship is to soften up and open up, be more emotionally available and emotionally sensitive to whatever they're going to tell you, because it's going to be critical, whatever they're going to share with you. And the way you deal with it, I think, can be critical. I'm very clearly saying, deal with it in a way, bring your strength to it and be receptive, that divine feminine energy here. Wow. Indian Vice, Queen of Wands. Now here's your person showing up. They're going to be a fire sign. We're looking at a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person. And so they're a beautiful person. And that kind of explains what's going on too a little bit, the fire signs really hate being disparaged in any way, or we don't like, I'm a Sag, we don't like feeling vulnerable. And we're more vulnerable probably than we act. Aries are really famous for this. They might act like it doesn't hurt, but it does. So you may not be seeing this because they show you their fire side. But inside of him or her, is what I'm talking about here, guys. Thank you, Libra. Let me know what you think here. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Whew, here we are. Scorpios. We're doing the morning quickies. I'm David. This is for June 7th. This is the special on the beach edition. And pardon me, I gotta have more coffee because, it's morning. What can I say? Beautiful morning. Here on the Gulf Coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. I'm going to look at you, a little 4-card spread. I do every morning, 6 days a week anyway. This is for Monday the 7th. This is your energy. Hermit. You know what you're doing? You're staying up in the house and watching tarot readings. Yeah, drink a cup of coffee maybe. Watching the tarot reading. I see you. But not only that, you're watching tarot, and you're maybe looking at astrology, and maybe thinking about psychology, and you're doing you, pointing the finger at yourself, doing the big work, doing the good work. I think it's like the most important work in life. Knowing thyself. It's great energy to be in this position. My opinion can speak to Virgo in your natal chart, like I'm a Virgo rising. Okay, even though I'm a Sag. So 2 of Cups. This is crossing you, though. Not good for a crossing. Don't really like it. It's almost nothing good, but definitely is love. There's nothing good for a crossing. This is someone maybe not returning your cup of love. Maybe that's what's got you into hermit mode. But honestly, if someone rejected you and they're not returning your cup of love, reverse 2 of Cups too could be I'll get back to you kind of energy. Like they're not completely out, but they're not completely in. Something in there. But if you took from that and went into hermit mode, there's a lot worse things you could do, a lot worse ways to handle that. So this is the perfect thing to do. And also in Mercury retrograde, I should say, Mercury retrograde should be hermit mode. That's what it amounts to. We are really reviewing your mind and your thoughts and your thought patterns and sometimes other things in life, patterns. And so you're doing the right thing here. Maybe in a difficult situation, you could say, wow, you're not going to like this. Temperance, the Sagittarius card here. But what this is saying is this: you need to give this some time, and you need to be patient. You need to be optimistic. Try to focus on your stuff. Try to focus on your stuff. What makes you happy? Um, you know, um, there's a sustaining, can't talk, say it, sustenance, sustaining energy to this, like, meaning like you can do this for quite a while, like you can sustain yourself. You can give this person some time. I think it's saying hold space for this person, but it's not in a way that's going to be like, oh my God, I have to hold space. I'm so unhappy. But just you're going about your life and everything's cool, and they're there, and they're whatever's going on with them. Let's see, we'll be still already up is the June and the 1st of June readings, okay, for the heart spread, and you could look there too. Um, Scorpio, and there's been some very interesting reads. I recall very powerful Scorpio reads lately, for what's going on. But really, with this, it's like the universe is really saying that. Usually, I don't say wait. Like, I'm more of the belief, like, if it's right, it's going to happen. If I don't like all this bullshit, stuff. But, who am I to argue with spirit? And I think they're saying, and it's kind of with temperance, that should be a good outcome. And then you've got strength coming in. So, out of 4 cards, you got 3 major arcanas here, Scorpio. It's a big reading. Look at your heart spread. I actually have playlists now, so it should be pretty easy to go to my site. I'm proud of myself for doing that. I'm gonna just start adding to them as we go along, so it will make it easy. People want to go back and look. But I love the strength cards in this deck, the Ethereal Visions deck. It's a very young looking, beautiful woman in it, much younger than anyone I've ever seen. And I always see strength as, especially in the position of the outcome. This is a blessing, and like you're being blessed with strength. And very often, though, it means that also to me that you need strength. So to me, I'm not a real strong person, not a real brave person. So when I see it, I'm like, it means, But look, you're being blessed with strength, and you're being asked to have temperance, but you're being given the strength to have the temperance. And I got to think it's just going to bring you all kinds of good stuff, you know? It's like it seems to me like it feels like overall like someone really handling a relationship in a mature way, at a high vibrational way. I mean, because you start out as a hermit, you're not, what's wrong with them and why are they? You're like looking at yourself. What do I need to do? What do I need to? How do I need to grow? So really, good reading, Scorpios. Thank you guys. Sagittarius, my brothers and sisters. I'm Sag Sun. Sag Jupiter, Mercury, and Mars. South node's at 10 degrees, dead on my Mars. Take a look at that, guys. And the North node, of course, um, is opposing at 10 degrees Gemini. And take a look at where that is in your chart. Okay, here we go for the 7th of June. This is where you're at in the Morning Quickies, in and around love and relationships. 2 of Pentacles. I like 2 of Pentacles. Um, to me, it's a card, not necessarily choices. We'll kind of leave that open and see. But with Pentacles, it's always something serious. But to me, it's a card of balance. And so, if in relationships, this is how it's feeling. You're feeling like right now that it's really like have to keep it balanced. And it's I don't want to say good or bad, but it takes a lot of energy. And I don't think you really should have to be in this energy. It can be a little bit of like walking on eggshells type of energy. It's like if you don't do things, keep things exactly in the right balance, you can see her there going like this. It's like things are going to go bad. And so kind of like a little tension going on there, I think. All right, so the moon, this is what's crossing you. Wow. The moon crossing you is something you don't see about yourself. In terms of this, you're trying to keep this together, this relationship, keep it balanced. There may be, could be all kind of issues around fairness and stuff, and reciprocity, and um, that kind of thing. But there's something you're not seeing with the moon here, Sag. And, real quick, you pull clarification from the Klimt art deck and see what we got. The sun. Look at that, the sun and the moon. So this is both in the crossing position, what you're not seeing. So we can almost look at it as the reverse sun and the reversed moon. Um, this is a relationship here. I mean, the sun and the moon, the man and the woman. And this sun, look, particularly emphasizes relationship, obviously, the Klimt art clarification. Uh, so, wow, what a powerful clarification. I mean, if this is in the crossing position, I swear to God, I don't know how else to read this. It's like you're trying to keep this together, and it's like there's nothing there, or it even could be the roles are reversed or something. But it's like something like the moon and sun are both in a challenged position. It could be the masculine energies trying to be the feminine energy, and the feminine's trying to be the masculine, something like that. But it seems to me like what's crossing you and what you don't see, because it's the moon and it's what we don't see, it's like we look right at it but we don't see it. The friends tell us we still can't see it, and what's crossing you is just fundamentally not working. It's like not able to work, I don't know. It almost looks like the energy could be like a gay person trying to have a relationship with a straight person, or something like that, and look, wow, advice from spirit, the devil. Now, I don't think Spirit's telling you to be the devil, but it's telling you that the reason why I think what's having to hang on, the Two of Pentacles, this whole thing I'm telling you, what's fundamentally not working is there's serious issues in this of a transactional relationship. It could be, friends with benefits stuff going on in a way that's not healthy and helpful. They're obsessions, addictions in terms of love and relationship. It could be addiction issues affecting the relationship. Usually, this is more around obsessions around love and sex and stuff here. And I think it's pointing to you, and this is advice to you. It's like, look at that again, this moon, you're not really seeing. You're not really seeing. There's like a serious problem here, a basic problem. And just I could go, this would speak really deeply to core values too. It's like like a person that is deeply religious with a person who is a charismatic atheist. That's why I said with the gay and straight, not to bring that whole thing into it, but someone's just like polar opposites that don't attract. Polar opposites that like repel. When you put the magnets together, negative and negative, they pop apart. See. But something's drawing you in, and it's just purely sexual. And look, this is the outcome. So that card speaks for itself. Nothing else does. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, Saggies, outcomes, leave it up there. I don't really need to say a whole lot. It's a card that means tarot. Okay, thank you, guys. Give me a like, even though it's a suck reading. I know. If it resonates, I appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody subscribing. Thank you, guys. Well, I'm David. Here we are. Capricorn friends are doing the morning quickies for the 7th of June, the special on the beach edition. If I need to clarify, I'm using the Klimt art deck here. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus caps. It depends on whichever way it relates to you. Okay? Judgment. This is your energy in and around relationships, where your mind is at, where your heart is at. This is a very interesting card to have in this position to me. You're being called up. So this may not exactly have to do with your lover, although they may be a part of it because it's a relationship reading. So then it would make this relationship that you're in as some kind of a challenge to you. There's something about it, but it's one you can't seem to pull away from. The relationship, the fact that it's a challenge. There could be a sense in you that there's something important here, that this is a soulmate connection. But in some way, you're going to have to rise up to meet a challenge. Usually, this is something in yourself. that you've kind of always had that you really haven't been in touch with, and if you look at it, deep down, it's something that needs to come out. A part of your soul's. You look at the natal chart and transits as an astrologer, you're going to see this energy going on in a lot of different ways around the north node, south node axis. Here, you might have a relationship that's tapping into your soul's purpose here. But it's going to mean that in some way you're going to have to rise up, and often this is a little scary and can feel even dangerous or reckless, you know. It could be something really hard to talk about, put your finger on. It's more like a feeling if you're resonating what I'm saying, you know. Um, Crossing is Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to see this as your person. Yeah. Um, One thing comes to mind, you know, relationships are how we grow. It's kind of my own point. And it just how it is. It's how our souls mostly grow and transform. That's what we're here for, right? So even, I'm not saying this relationship's not going to work, but even if they don't work, they're still so significant and so important. You know, but when I see it, man, I keep getting the queens and kings here in this blocking position. But you got a Queen of Pentacles essentially blocking you. So, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, yeah, this could be your person here. And this is someone, I mean, it could be ghosting you, just giving you the cold shoulder, um, not really showing up for you. Everything reverse of what you would expect from a Queen of Pentacles, which is great, you know. Um, let's see what the advice is here. The Seven of Pentacles. Wow. So you're being advised to look at this very carefully. I think that's what the judgment is about. There's another way too. Whenever we see in our life any kind of problem, or when people come at us with negative energy, it's sometimes in the moment you have to just get out of the way or whatever. But if we can stop and step back and think about that negative energy and what it is about us, you know, how do we draw that in, take some responsibility for it? In a spiritual sense, you know, you have to get out of your ego a little bit to think this way, I think, but it's very helpful. And I think that's what this could be about, because you're talking about judgments. Got to look at this at the higher level here, you know, than just blood and guts and love and sex. There's something going on. And this person, I think, it maybe be a challenge. They're being challenging to you in a strong way. But it's really making you think. And it might be making you think, maybe this is about, what do I really want in a relationship? What do I really need in a relationship? And with Pentacles, it's no bullshit about it. It's like really getting down to it. Like maybe you've never really given it a lot of serious thought, you know? Maybe this person has, you know, and maybe they're kind of in this energy too. And there's always the mirror, and maybe the universe saying to you, this is about you going inside and being brave enough to be honest with yourself about exactly what you want in a relationship, so that you're never, you know, settling. But first, you have to really figure out, you know, what it is exactly that you want. That manifestation list, you know, do you want tall, short, um, you know, extrovert, introvert, that kind of thing. Getting specific too. In the Eight of Wands. And I think in the future you'll be putting a lot of energy into this. But not this person. That's what I think is going on here. You got like what's called a speed bump, soulmate, but it makes you think, you know, what's a speed bump for? To slow you down. And so you slowed down and it made you think. And then once you think and really just write down, like, I want 7 things, like this and that and this and that and this and that, and tell yourself it's okay to want a certain thing in a relationship. You know, emotional availability. That's why I do the 4 Pentacles: emotional, intellectual, sexual, and lifestyle. You need those core values. And knowing that you want that, this could be going out and getting on a dating site. You know, it's summer, or just going out, making yourself available and having fun, and being going on dates. Been going with a sense not of being rejected, but a sense of like, now I know what the fuck I want. Thank you. Capricorns. Aquarius, thanks for joining me. I'm David. We're doing the Morning Quickies on the beach edition here, just for the 7th of June. A cup of coffee. A little bit later in the morning. We're still getting the butterfly migration. I hope you can see them. They're a lot kind of small yellow butterflies, just like thousands of them. It's amazing. Yeah, so Google or YouTube butterfly as a spirit messenger if you got time. You'll get something. King of Pentacles, this is you. So you're channeling your inner King of Pentacles. You're probably in terms of love and relationship, you've learned a lot. If you're not literally a little bit older, you're coming from a strong position. The King of Pentacles don't play. Says what they mean, means what they say. Cross watcher, doesn't take a lot of shit and completely knows their value. Um, in this position, it'd be a very healthy energy. I think probably vibing high as a King of Pentacles. I just get that feeling as someone. Nice energy to be in. Now, crossing you. Crossing you is a fiery phallus. Honestly, Aquarius, isn't it? That's what that really is. Um, wow. Crossing you. Blocking you. It's a lack of passion. Dispassionate. Huh. It's got to be your person, though. But I feel like you guys, if that's the case, like this King of Pentacles, um, you're in this energy. Um, you could be almost demanding from them. It's like turn me on, you know. It's more like a woman's energy to me to a man. At the beginning of a relationship, it can be kind of hot. Later, it's like, you know, I don't know. But it's kind of like that energy. Could be a little demanding, something like that. Possibly intimidating, that kind of thing. Are the energy of your persons like intimidated by you, or doesn't see you? That's another way to look at it. Your person doesn't is not seeing you really as a love interest. They're seeing the other aspects for you as being like a father or a mother, someone solid, someone responsible. That's what it is. Takes me a minute today, guys. Whew. Okay, this is your advice from Spirit. In the advice position here, I think it's to loosen up emotionally. With the Seven of Cups, we look at the seven as a lot of action and being emotions. I don't really think this is so much about looking at options and stuff like they say about the Seven of Cups here. Um, and also this goes pretty deep. It also speaks to like eighth house energy, shadow stuff, but that's also very passionate sex, very emotional, uh, deep kind of sex and kind of Scorpio, Venus kind of love, getting intense. Um, so it could be saying to me that maybe the reason why your person is not firing up sexually is I really feel like they don't feel like there's a deep sexual connection. Look, if they're not a Venus and Scorpio, I didn't talk to me. I'll tell you how that works. They're going to want an emotional connection, or it's going to be impossible. I think that's what it is, because that's your advice card. So, there, you might be being a little cold, being a little detached for a good reason. Maybe this is a new relationship. This Ace of Wands here is crossing you. But if there's a lack of fire, then I think it's because they may have emotional issues, not issues, but they just need to feel emotionally connected before they feel passionate. And don't fuck on the first date, right? Five of Cups, though, outcome. Oh boy, I don't know how to spin that. Really, I don't really need to spin it, but yeah, I think when they open up and talk to you, they're basically going to say they're not happy, you know, because that's usually their position. And or it could be reversed. You tell them that you're not really turned on. In either way, they end up being very unhappy. And I don't know, I get the feeling when this is over, Aquarius, it's like it's going to hurt your person more than it does you. You know, you're showing up very strong. And when I think about it, it could be maybe, I mean, you would know, I mean, maybe you're just not that turned on to them and the emotional connection. I was saying earlier today, it's like a theme. You know, sometimes I think it's good. Like maybe we're getting close. Like you get one has the emotional and intellectual compatibility, but not the sexual, and they have the sexual and emotional, but not the intellectual. A little bit of what's going on there, guys. Thank you. Pisces, David here. Thanks for joining me. We're doing the morning quickies, pulling through the deck here on the beach edition. This is for the 7th of June. This is you, Pisces, showing up with the world. Well, if this is your reading, excuse me, I gotta have a little more coffee here. Oh God, if this is your reading, then things are going well. You know, when I see the world in this position, I always wonder why in the world are you watching a tarot reading? It's probably one where everybody's gonna click off. But why would you be watching a tarot reading like you're at top of the world? Really, what this speaks to is this is your energy, your relationships. So you would feel in some way like you're at a different level. You've leveled up recently, and you're operating in a new cycle. This is characterized in your chart by your Saturn cycle, Saturn return of 30 years. The nodal cycles of 18 years are particularly important for this kind of thing, where you see these issues of leveling up. When the Saturn hits the AC, it can have a big effect. North node on the AC, this kind of thing. We often find that's the place. The most classic part of this, taken out of romance, is you graduate from college. You know, now you're a college graduate and you're an adult. You've raised up to an entire different level. You're starting a new cycle of life. You know, you're moving from the learning cycle into the productive cycle. You started a marriage. Now you're moving from the single cycle into the married cycle. That kind of thing. Six of Swords is what's crossing you guys, Pisces. So, because it's in crossing, I'm going to tell you, you're on the verge of this. If this is your real, I know you're feeling it, you know, but I don't know, you can't quite believe it. You know, you can't quite believe it that it's really happening. You're really on the verge. People might be starting to tell you, it's like, don't you realize how much you've accomplished and where you're at? You're like, I don't know. You know, you're sort of not buying it. And look at this, the Eight of Pentacles. This is your advice from Spirit. I would say if this advice from Spirit, I don't even see a relationship here yet. Well, usually I see your person here in the outcome position. But with the Eight of Pentacles, it's saying, I got a period of 8 months, really strong. You know, you could be like finishing school in 8 months. Tell me, talk to me. Something like that. Or finishing a course. But you know, you're not buying it, but keep working. It's really, this is a very good card to get here. It's like the universe is telling you you're doing what you're doing is exactly the right thing to do. This is the most important thing. You are doing exactly the right thing. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, if anyone tells you it's not the right thing, tell them to fuck off. I'm busy right now. Fuck off and do your thing. I am doing exactly the right thing because Spirit told me that. The Star. And manifesting here big time. If whether you're manifest or not, you're going to manifest here. This may not even be just a relationship. I know it's a quickie read, but Jesus, God, you know, your hopes, dreams, wishes. Look at where Uranus is right now, 13 degrees. Also in your chart, 13 degrees Taurus. Look at Uranus in your natal chart. You know, what house is it in, what's going on there. Might speak to this. Again, I think I'm an astrologer. Great time to get a reading if you haven't. And look at your natal and transits, because there's something big going on. Super positive. Uh, Absolutely hang in there. It's always like, there's not, why are you watching a reading? You're doing great. It's like that's universe just saying, attaboy, attagirl, keep up the good work. It's going to succeed spectacularly well. Thank you, Pisces, for joining me. Give me a like. I really do appreciate it. And I really appreciate everybody subscribing. Thank you, guys.